The crowd marched slowly through the downtown Eastside, each step in memory of an Indigenous woman who went missing or was murdered. A memorial march almost 30 years in the running, an important day some participants almost never miss.
1 year I missed. So I said I'm going to walk the whole shebang this year. So I do it because for the love of our people.
Todd has walked across the country in memory of missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls, including the entire Highway of Tears.
That's why I give back. It comes from my heart.
Today, the 85-year-old walked with her niece, a photo of her Aunt Rose in her arms the whole way.
They could never found her.
Where did she go missing from?
Fraser River in Prince George.
You never know what happened.
No.
Marchers paused every so often along the route to acknowledge the spot where an Indigenous woman was last seen. The first Vancouver Women's March was held in 1992 in response to the murder of a woman on Powell Street. Indigenous women face disproportionate levels of violence, and that's something supporters say needs to change.
I think that's what it's all about, is awareness. There's just not enough out there. More people are worried about some virus that's happening overseas more than what's happening in their own backyard.
Advocates say it's important to remember missing and murdered Indigenous women in the downtown East Side, but that a lot more needs to be done to keep Indigenous women safe.
Just to be able to talk about women's health and safety, and to be able to talk about the enormous amount of violence that's facing women in this neighborhood in particular, that largely goes ignored, unnoticed, and unreported, or just completely not believed.
Change that starts one step at a time. That's why Todd has no plans to stop walking to raise awareness.
And I'll do it again even if I'm 100, I'll do it again.
Andrea Ross, CBC News, Vancouver.